Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today is Monday, and on Monday we show all of our makes. So I have a bunch of makes, but they're all in the same color, which is on my head. For some reason everything I made was in the same color. However, a lot of these are made with the same yarn, and let me check my schedule because I think you may have already seen this video where I showed you this yarn. Let me just double check my schedule. I am pre-recording so much stuff. Woolie's video. Yeah, that came out on the 26th. So you guys are seeing this. Oh, Happy New Year, right? Today's a new year. I mean, I'm recording this in December, but Happy New Year. All right, so I guess we'll talk about New Year stuff too. Now, like I said, in several videos, and you're going to hear it again tomorrow, I am pre-recording a ton of videos way ahead of time. I'm scheduling them out. I am working my fingers to the bone to make sure that you guys have content while I am having Christmas vacation with my family, but also I am going to be going out of town with my family at the beginning of the year. And so I want to make sure that I am still getting a paycheck while I'm out of town and that you guys still have content while I'm out of town. So some of these videos were recorded up to 2 weeks ago. And just keep that in mind. Nothing is really up to date, but like everything is also kind of up to date. So I just realized I'm going to have to change my battery, which huge shout out to Nanette. She bought me some batteries and a charger for Christmas, and she bought them like 2 weeks ago. But I just wanted to say huge shout out to Nanette. She just like, I have all fresh batteries, but I also been recording my butt off today, so I'm like plowing through them. And each battery lasts me about an hour of filming, and I've been talking a lot. So, and I've also done several reviews today that is going to be either already up and you've already seen them, or going to be upcoming in the future. I'm trying to do a lot of reviews. I got a lot of opinions on a lot of new products that I've never tried before. And so I'm going to change my battery real quick and we'll get into like all of the things. Now, if I could just get into the habit of changing the battery before I hit record, that would be fantastic, because that will make my life better. It's less editing in the long run. All right, so we're going to start with the new year. We're going to talk about resolutions. I don't generally do resolutions, but I do goals for myself and ideas of what I want, mostly for the channel, and I share that with you guys, and I do it that light is really bright. Whew, that was blinding me a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and because I just realized today that this video is going to be on New Year's Day, I haven't even pre-thought out what my plans are for the upcoming years, but I already kind of have an idea. So we're going to talk about that. Now, I'm going to tell you, for starters, my health is going to continue to be a goal for the upcoming year, because a year ago tomorrow, January 2nd, on Mr. Cinnamon's birthday, last year, 2023, I got a phone call and the nurse let me know over the phone that I was a diabetic, which rocked my world to the core. I had to make a lot of changes in 2023, a lot, to my life, not just eating and taking care of myself health-wise, but there was a huge mental just thing that went along with that, and it was very difficult. And there's been a lot of struggles in regards to that diagnosis, a lot. And there's been a lot of just tears, frustration, anger, me adjusting to really learning when to eat, what to eat, how to eat, how often to eat, to keep my blood sugar like elevated. But the fact that tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of my diagnosis, it's kind of a big deal to me, because I've done this for a year and I'm still surviving, and my blood sugar is still really good. It was really bad last year, to where he wanted to put me in the hospital and he wanted to put an insulin pump in me. And I have not had to have insulin at all this year. Not once did I have to, was I required, because it scared me so much, because I've literally watched someone lose his legs to diabetes because he wouldn't do what was necessary. He lost his toes, and then he lost his feet, and then he lost up to his thighs. And it was surgery after surgery, just taking chunks of him off. And I could not imagine if that was me. And last year I also had a scare where I lost my vision in one of my eyes. Like it just, and there were some very scary tests. And because diabetes can affect your feet, because diabetes can affect your vision, amongst all the other organs like your liver, your heart, it can affect all of these things, okay? It can kill you. It's very, you don't mess with diabetes, right? And I also have other underlying health issues that are very scary, and like I need to take care of all of those. I also broke my ankle last year. And because of the diabetes, like you got to be careful not to get wounds and to heal them properly. And like there's all these extra things that you have to worry about. So last year was hard. I'm not going to pretend that it wasn't. And I tried to smile through most of it, but I did not succeed. I cried a lot. I was angry a lot. And you guys kind of saw my mood swings going up and down. I lost a very valuable relationship to me last year over misunderstandings, and that still is hurtful, but like we're trying to cruise into the new year and starting things new, right? So a major thing for 2024 is I just want to keep being healthy, and I just want to keep doing whatever is necessary to stay healthy and not go blind and not lose my feet and not lose my kids, you know? So, or have them lose me, I should say. Major goals for 2024 is just to continue and keep going and keep treating myself well. Now, when it comes to the channel, what are my goals for the channel? So, I believe it was last year. I know for sure last year we hit 35,000 subscribers. I think we also hit 30,000 subscribers last year, which is like crazy. I don't even know how many subscribers I have. I don't keep track anymore. Let me see. I have almost 38,000 subscribers on December 18th. And the number grows every single day. I don't know where you guys are coming from or where you're hearing about me, but I'm so glad each and every one of you are here and that you actually watch my videos. I have watched so many YouTube channels and they have huge numbers of subscribers and they're getting less views than me. And I'm like, I don't know how that's possible. But it blows my mind that you guys not only are subscribed, but you actually watch my videos and interact with me. And I just am so glad you're here. So, I mean, maybe a goal this year would be to hit 40,000 subscribers. That would be really cool. But if we don't, not a big deal to me because I don't really watch those numbers anyway. I stopped watching them once I hit 20,000 subscribers. Like, I don't care. I got 20,000 subscribers. I am the queen of the world. So, like, I mean, if we hit 40,000, that would be super cool. Maybe I'll do a giveaway for that. If we don't, like, that's also super cool. I'm glad every one of you is here. I want to continue just plugging along, doing what we're doing, mixing a little bit of personal with a little bit of crochet with a couple of tutorials here and there. We're still going to do another premiere week, and I definitely think we're going to do another Lion Brand week because those were both really beneficial for the channel and for me personally, and I really enjoyed them. So I think we're going to continue with that. And I'm going to continue using my good yarns. The expensive fancy yarns that you may see back here on Winifred. That is a yarn that you will see in tomorrow's video. My hand-dyed yarns, my Koigu yarns. I was thinking about doing maybe a tutorial or two on something that is a more expensive yarn. But with an option of those of you that can't afford those yarns or can't work with those yarns, still give you an option of a more affordable yarn that you can use as a substitute. But I definitely want to start incorporating more of the... I have a beautiful collection of expensive yarns. I have a beautiful selection of hand-dyed yarns from small dyers, from more mass-produced dyers, and I really would like to work some of those into tutorials, or at least continue making myself stuff in crochet, because I got called out in a video a month or two ago when I made the Koigu sweater, and I was talking about how cool it was to see a hand-dyed company promote a crocheter and a crocheted item because they usually are gung-ho towards the knitters. And I talked how proud I was of myself for that, and someone called me a crochet snob and that I must hate knitters. And that's not the case. I am a knitter. Like, I knit. I just think it's cool to really think about crochet with those yarns because my mind is so blocked off that those are knit yarns. And that's the way society is in the yarn communities. Like, the expensive yarn should be knit with because you can use more. You can get a bigger project with less yarn with knit, and I understand that, and that yarn's expensive. I do understand that. But if you have a collection of them, use them in something. Hannah from the Cozy Cottage Crochet, she's on YouTube, she's on Ravelry. She has a blanket that she's making. It's like a memory blanket, and it's little, I think it's corner to corner squares that she's joining as she goes with leftovers from her expensive hand-dyed projects. And it is the most beautiful blanket. And it's a really simple pattern. Like, she has the pattern for sale in her Ravelry. I will link Hannah, Cozy Cottage Crochet. I love her designs. I love that she does crochet and knit. And I love that she's using that beautiful hand-dyed leftovers and crocheting with it, because we don't see that as often. It's more of the knitters are using those fancy yarns, and I want to crochet them so bad, but my mind is like, no, I have to save them for a special project. I have to save them for a knit project. I don't like knitting big projects. I need to and I don't want to make all that beautiful yarn into hats, and that's mostly what I knit. Why can't I put them into crochet? And so I want to do that. I want to show the world what these things look like in crochet as well. Because 100 people will show it in knit, and then you got maybe 5 in crochet. So I want to like really show you what you can do with those hand-dyed or special yarns. So that's a big goal, and to continue to use those, because like I said, I have a beautiful selection. I have a bucket over there. You guys can't see it. All the yarn's caked up and ready to go, but it's some of it's my own hand-dyed yarn that I've never used. So I want to actually use it and incorporate it into things. Also, I want to continue to be very mindful of what I'm purchasing, and I want to continue to donate out what I'm not using, because I don't want to be a hoarder. And that was a goal last year too, was like, I want to be more mindful of how I'm spending my money, where I'm spending my money, what I'm spending my money on. I mean, buying yarn for the channel makes sense because I buy the yarn, I make a video, I make the money back. So it's like free yarn in girl math, right? It's fantastic. But also, if I don't think I'm going to use the yarn, I need to part with it. I have a lot of yarn that I'm just not using, and I know that there's other people out there that will use it. And also there's some yarns I really have been holding off getting to, and I want to get to those. So we're just going to be mindful again. I don't really shop super big sales anymore. I don't do like the big hauls with the sales. I will buy a few things if it's on a really good deal, but I will definitely tell you guys when there's a good sale. And even for Black Friday last year, I bought a few things. I bought just enough to get free shipping, and it was one box. And in the past, I would have bought like tons, and I didn't. All right, so that's the goals for 2023 so far. I'm sure this list will change and update as time goes on. I really want to get under 300 pounds. I have been stuck at 304 for 6 months now, and I'm glad that I'm not gaining. It's fluctuating just mildly, but I've been stuck since like August, since my birthday, and I was so close to being under 300. I've lost 60 pounds. I have lost 60 full pounds. That's like a child. It's like a 5, 6, 7-year-old. I lost that much. So it's a big deal, yes, but I just want to be under 300. And I'm really struggling with doing that. And it's like no matter what I do, like if I go really restrictive and work out hard, my body swells up and I gain weight. If I eat too little, I also feel really bad because I'm a diabetic. So I'm struggling with what to do to get my body to go under. And also with having broken my leg and being off my feet for 2 months, it was hard. And so I think in the upcoming year, I just want to lose 5 to 6 pounds next year, or this year. In 2024, I want to lose 5 to 6 pounds. 10 pounds would be fantastic. There's also something at Disney World that Juju really wants to do with me. It's a African trek. But because of some of the stuff, you have to be under 300 pounds because they have a weight limit because of one of the things you do. It's a backstage event at Animal Kingdom, and she really wants to do it with me, and I have to be under 300 pounds to get to that. So that's another like goal. I want to be able to do that with her. Because with her being 18 and she still wants to spend time with me, I'm going to do whatever I can to spend time with her. Because I don't know how long that will last. So, with that, let's get on to my makes. Now, these are for the past 2 weeks in my time. I actually made them all within a couple of days of each other. I am also working on a big giant Christmas blanket, which you will see well after Christmas, but it will be done before Christmas because I'm almost done with it now. It's just corner to corner. It's in Christmas Joann's yarn, which is behind this bag right here in that bucket. Everything is going to be these colors. I worked through the entire ball of the Wool-Ease Fair Isle, which is what you're seeing on my head currently. This is in my small knitting machine, the 22-pin knitting machine. I just made a headband. Now, what I did, and I did this in the review video, so if you saw the review video, you already saw the 2 hats, okay? But I also made a couple other things. In the review video, I made a crochet version of the hat using the Wool-Ease Fair Isle yarn, but I also made a knit version of the hat. And I did that for the video, and I reviewed the difference between the knit and the crochet. You have to use single crochet if you're going to crochet with it and still get the Fair Isle look. But it's still a cool look whether you do knit or crochet. So I made those 2 hats. And then I made 2 headbands with the leftover scraps. I probably could have knit another hat easily. I easily could have knit another hat. Or 2 hats. I just made 2 headbands in the knitting machine. We have that one and this one. And then I had enough left over to knit a little tiny hat in my knitting machine as well. This is the same thing as this. I just knit what was left over, turned it into a little hat. This is a hat that will fit a doll. Let's see if it'll fit on Stitch's head. I'm going to tuck his ears in. So this actually is made for one of the dolls that's back here in this bucket. So I like doing that sometimes. It's fun. Use up every bit you can so you don't have scraps. That's what I always say. Now the next thing I actually made was a knit hat. This yarn I used, this brown beige yarn is the yarn I used for the gingerbread man hat tutorial. So it's the big twist yarn from Joann's. I'm exhausted. I have filmed 4 videos today. And I still have to sit and edit them and upload them. The yarn at the top of the hat is hand spun yarn that I got from Valley Creative Reuse in Harrisonburg, Virginia. It was in with all the other yarn, and it was part of the Fill the Yarn bag, which blew my mind that she had hand spun yarn in that bag. I will show you what it looked like before I worked it up, because I have some more that I got from a convention. There was a garage sale convention Juju and I went to. I don't know what it's called. An expo. Okay? At the expo center, they had a garage sale, a giant garage sale, a bunch of vendors. One of the vendors there was there with her daughter, and she had yarn, like gorgeous yarns that she dyed and or spun. And so it kind of looked like this in the ball, except it was the greens and the tans and the browns. Except this yarn is softer than this one. And I paid $30 for this at the expo. This was part of a fill your bag thing for $20, which blew my mind that she priced it that way, but I'm so grateful I got it. It's way softer than it looks. It looks hairy and woolly. I don't know what the fibers are. I didn't have any problems working with it, so I don't think it's alpaca, but it also is really hairy like alpaca. So I don't know. Now this has already been washed. There is pieces that broke off because this was a very, it was not very, like this is more experienced spinning, but still not like really experienced spinning. Whereas this was like somebody was practicing and they didn't like the way it turned out, so they got rid of it. But I love this. I love this so much. I love that you can see where she messed up a couple times and had to tie it together because it broke. I love that it's very thick, thin. I love that it's hairy and fuzzy. I love this hat. And these are not my normal colors. I like bright and cheerful, but I just fell in love with this hat. So I knit the base with the same needles as I knit up here, but because it was very thick and thin, the stitches are very uneven. I love the way this yarn turned out, okay? And the fact that somebody, and it smells so good because I washed it already, it's just, to me, I see the workmanship in this hat. I see the beauty. I see the time that she sat, or he, I don't know if it was a he or she, whoever sat and spun this, I see the concentration it took. I see probably the frustration with it kept breaking because there was like 4 breaks in here. And there were spots that were really thin and tight, and there were spots that were really loose and like fluffy. I love the way this looks. It's soft. It's soft. Like this has a lot of glitter in it, so it's a little bit rough. This feels more woolly. I don't know what this fiber is. I don't know. I mean, it could be dog hair for all I know. But like, she got striping, and I don't think she intended to get striping. It just, you can tell it was an inexperienced spinner because of all the mistakes that were in it, but I think those mistakes is what makes it beautiful. I think those mistakes is what makes this a one-of-a-kind unique hat. I love this. Is my favorite hat. It's so beautiful, and because it's wool like fibers, it's really warm, but it also breathes. It smelled really musty when I got it, so once I knit the hat up, I just soaked it in some I put a little bit of laundry detergent in a bowl of water in my sink, and I squished it to get the fibers to soak up. And when I did, a lot of dirt came off of it. I mean, like a lot of dirt came off of it. The sink was like brown and cloudy and gross. And I knew that it was dirty because it smelled musty. And so I did that a couple of times, just squeezing the water out and letting the water ring back in over to get the fibers to absorb the water a little bit, you know. Because wool tends to want to repel it, and it also was really soft, so I felt like there was still lanolin going on in the yarn, and it worked. I liked working with it. Like, I just loved this so much. I so appreciate the hard work and effort that went into this. The hat didn't take me very long to work up because, like I said, it was so thick, thin. Like, some of the spots were like a bulky 6. Some of the spots were a 5. Most of it was on the thicker side, but there were some there were some sections that was like a thread. Like it was a 1 to a 6, but you can't really, there's not holes or gaps, or it's so pretty and unique. And when I washed it, it got even more fuzzy and fluffy, which made me so happy. But it looked really like, it looked huge when I was done. And so I let it kind of hang. I didn't let it hang. I threw it in the washing machine. I'm gonna be real honest, okay? I hand washed it in the sink, and I threw it in my washing machine to do only a rinse and spin cycle, because a rinse is cold water and a spin spins all the water out of it. And when I did that, the water wasn't making the fibers pull outward like when it was sopping wet. And then I hung it over Mickey Mouse's ear in my living room, and it dried just hanging on his ear. And it wasn't like hanging draping, but it was like pulled over his ear as if it was on someone's head. And it fits my head absolutely perfectly with a ponytail up and with a headband underneath. So it's a very comfortable hat. And the reason I used the acrylic for this part is because my face skin is very sensitive, and I know that this would irritate my skin. Even though it's soft, the woolly fibers irritates my skin, and this does not at all, because this is my hairline. I love this hat. I love this hat. I'm going to treasure this hat for probably my entire life. I don't wear hats very often, but when I do, I want the hat to be special. So I will make hats that are like super bright colored, or like, I have another hat that I made. This also was thrift store yarn, but see how fuzzy this yarn is? And it's actually pearl side out because I made this on my knitting machine. This is thrift store yarn, but all the fur was on the inside of the hat. And so I made it a pearl side hat, but it's gorgeous and it's unique. And I kind of love it, and it's super soft. So I like hats that are, you're not going to find it at the store. You know, you're not going to find this at the store, at any store. Because somebody hand spun this yarn just for me to find on a treasure hunt, which I am so here for. That I really like this hat. I really, really like this hat. Oh, I lost my headband. Isn't that pretty though? See all them, some people would think that was ugly because, and I know that the reason this got donated is because someone thought it was ugly or they did a bad job on it. And to me, it smells so good because it's so fresh and so clean. And they're just cute. It's just so cute. So that's what I'm making. That's what I have made. All of them in the same tones and colors, which is so not my normal colors. But like I said, I'm also working on a Christmas blanket, which should be done definitely by Christmas. I'm recording this on December 18th. You're seeing this on January 1st. So it will definitely be done by Christmas, and I will show it to you probably in the next video because I want to wrap up with that. Like, I'm thinking if I finish this blanket, okay, I'm going to come down. It's going to be in my chair on Christmas morning, and the kids all have their own blankets. I'm going to have this blanket on the couch waiting for me, so when I'm cold in the morning, because I'm really hot at night, so I have my pajama shorts on right now. I know I got a cute fancy shirt on, but I'm wearing pajamas on the bottom. And they're short shorts that barely cover my tushy because I get so hot at night. So when I come down, I'm usually got a tank top and shorts on, and I'm cold downstairs, but it's hot in my room, and it's like a whole thing. So I like to have a blanket on the couch. So my idea is to come down Christmas morning, fix myself a nice cup of Christmas tea, nice and hot, have my blanket on my lap or under my legs on the chair because my couch is leather and it's cold, and I didn't realize that when I bought it. But I just want to finish it for Christmas and have a Christmas blanket on Christmas morning for myself. It's something I'm doing for self-care for myself. And this year I'm really grateful because the only thing that has been asked of me for Christmas is little man wants a play button from, he wants me to crochet him a play button from YouTube. You know, the red button, you know, everybody has them in the background of their videos, like subscribe. It's like a red with a white arrow. He wants a play button. I don't know why he doesn't have a YouTube, but I think he's so proud of his mom, and I haven't made that yet. But I got a couple of days. So I'm like, this year, because no one has asked anything of me, I made all the stockings last year and the year before. There's nothing I needed to make for Christmas this year. I'm so grateful that I get to just make stuff for myself because it has made this Christmas much more calm and much more like chill. And hopefully the rest of my Christmases are like this, because I'll make you stuff all year round, but like at Christmas time, don't stress me out by adding one more thing to my plate. Don't do it. I mean, if I have time during the year, yeah, absolutely. And with little man doing Spirit Week, like I made a bunch of stuff at the beginning of December for him for Spirit Week. He has participated almost every day for Spirit Week, and he had so much fun with it. I did too. I really enjoyed that. I really liked making stuff for him and getting creative. Like, that is so fun to me, to just try to come up with an idea based on a theme. That's so much fun to me. But yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'm gonna start editing videos and getting them uploaded, and I will see you tomorrow. I already have that video recorded. It's Happy Mail. I don't have tea in that video, but I was also wishing Mr. Cinnamon a happy birthday, so definitely watch that video and wish him a happy birthday in that video, not today's video, tomorrow's video. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.